Okay, everybody. Hey, happy Wednesday. We back again. Team training time. Me and Michelle coming on here. We got some great nuggets for everybody. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, one of the perks we have with New Age is our medical plan. And that is something that we all get, we all have access to. If you ordering products, you have a monthly auto ship, guess what? You can also dive into the medical insurance. And so, like you can see, for some that do know, some that don't, I did uh, fracture my elbow. So it is actually very painful, but you still show up anyway. That's one of my topics I'm gonna talk to you about in just a second. But that was something that I was like, okay, well, let me look into the medical insurance, and I started dissecting. And they compared them all to me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna jump in. But one of the things I could really say about the medical insurance, and it's just off right off the rip, they are so pretty much user friendly and friendly to you to make sure that you get the best experience whatever medical issue you're dealing with. I mean, as soon as I signed up, within 10-15 minutes, I had somebody calling me, asking me what happened, helping me. They calling the doctor for me, helping me schedule what days work out best for me. And they even let me know, like for instance, today is the 30th, but I got the insurance on Sunday, and they told me like, "Hey, your insurance won't kick in till the first, so we're gonna schedule everything around the first for you. But you don't worry about that. We'll make the calls. We'll schedule the appointments. You just tell us what days work best for you and everything." And I was like, "Wow!" And so it's absolutely amazing. That's just a perk we have, you guys, and that's just not including the new website that I'm so excited about. Comes out on Saturday. New website, updated app. Oh man, it's like a little kid at the candy store. If y'all only knew what was coming, but beware that you will. I mean, and also I don't know if you got the email, but they did say that our websites will be down on the third, and I think the fourth as well. Am I correct, Michelle? All the way up to midnight on the fourth.
That's
So
correct.
pretty much the weekend, your website would be down, your app would be down, everything. You won't be able to enroll nobody, and don't panic. It's just because they got to transition everybody into one system, all languages into one system. All 75 countries that we have all have to be able to use the app. And that was one of the reasons why they pushed it back so everybody could use it and everybody could have access. So for those 2 days, for 48 hours, pretty much we will not be able to enroll somebody. So you just pretty much wait till Monday and you can put everybody in and you can play with the app. Those are just some little updates, and also take advantage of our perks. That's just another. You don't have to use our lifestyle perks with New Age. You don't have to. But what I can tell you is I'm blown away by this one as well. I knew the traveling program was it blew my mind away. I knew the loyalty shopping blew my mind away, and I never thought the medical would. To be honest, I never really thought about being injured. I left that alone, and but it is that is the insurance and actual PPO agent. You know what, Miss Sonia, I will look into that for you. Me personally, do you know that answer, Michelle?
I think what it is a cost share setup. The last I looked into it, and no, you don't have to earn a certain amount of income. You just have to be commission eligible. So with your 100 PV auto delivery set up every month, and it's one of the benefits that we have here because people who are self-employed or who work in jobs like waiting tables or 1099 employees, it's very difficult and cost prohibitive to get insurance coverage. So this gives them an ability to do that, and you're basically buying it through yourself, through your own business. So it's definitely something to look into. I think the
Um,
deductible is going to depend on which plan you select. There's different options for you. So definitely go and check it out because they do have different tiers and it varies for, an individual, a couple, families. So, options there to check it out for
and I
sure.
will get that website here when Michelle starts going. I'll go find that website and I'll put it in the chat so everybody can use it. And well, we're gonna dive into our topics today. It's gonna be nice, short, and sweet. We're all gearing up to this new website, new app coming out this weekend. But Michelle, did you want to kick it off first, and then I go after you, or
Sure, sure, I can do
I'll let
that.
Michelle go first, and then I'll come second.
So, one of the things that's been kind of on my mind this week is our words matter and what we believe about whether it's the product, whether it's the company, whether it's the opportunity, what we believe about the value of it is going to come out in the words that we use as we're talking to people. It's going to come out in our tone and in our body language. And it's very important that if we're going to share this with people, that we do it in a way that comes from a heart of service that communicates our belief in the value of what we have. So, for instance, you'll get the objection to the MLM network marketing industry. You say hi, Gracie. Hi. Hi. We got little entrepreneurs in training here this morning. All right, you present. Yeah. Oh, you're feisty. You're feisty. and so anyway, I've had people who I've talked to, and in fact, people who are reps who maybe have had an issue with the network marketing industry in the past. And so they have a pretty sour attitude about it. And so sometimes those people, when they talk about it, they will say things like, yeah, they're really good products, but they're really expensive. They have to be so that they can pay all those people. Well, to that, I would say, if you go someplace like Walmart, for instance, you're looking for a product, you can purchase their product there. You can go in and you can choose to buy their product, or you can choose something else. Or maybe let's take a car, for example. You'll go to a dealership and, there might be a Kia dealership, or there might be the Maserati dealership. Well, somebody could say about the Maserati dealership, oh, yeah, those are really nice cars, but they're super overpriced and they have to be to pay their people. Well, I would say you can go there and you can choose to purchase their product. And if you want to be part of their compensation plan, why, by all means, apply and get a job. And then you can become part of that. Or you can just purchase the product that you enjoy and you can use it for all of the benefits that it provides you. And, same thing with Walmart. If you want to go there and buy their product, you can do that. You don't have to participate in their compensation plan to purchase a product. If you go to somebody who is a service provider, let's say maybe they're an electrician, their product has value, and you would never say to that electrician, oh yeah, you have to charge so much because you got to pay people. Well, yes, it's a business. Like, that's how businesses and companies work. When there's a product that's being purchased, that product is what consumers are there to take advantage of, to receive. And someone can choose to purchase a product anywhere they like. They can choose not to as well. But the way that a business operates is that there is a commodity that is available by that company or service provider, and they have to reach an audience who is interested in that product or service. And so it doesn't matter what that is, whether it's our nutritional products, whether it's a realtor who's trying to sell houses, or an electrician who is offering services to provide electric work for building homes. We connect with people with a product or service. And so, when those objections come, that's one way to deal with that. But the rep that I'm thinking of in particular, who I'd had this conversation with, I talked to her one time and I gave her this little example. I said, okay, so I'm going to give you two presentation scenarios. Okay. The first one, hey, I kind of got into this thing and we've got some products and they could help you. They're kind of a little bit expensive, but it's You can become a rep if you want, and like, you can be a customer or you can be a rep, and it's good stuff, and I think you would like it. So what do you think? And it feels gross. You're like, I don't, you have no idea what you're talking about, and it sounds salesy and it sounds weird, and no thank you, right? Or I can talk to that person, and let's just say they're having a challenge with energy. Like, you know what? I also struggled with energy, and I have found something that really, really helps me. It may or may not be something that helps you, but I would love to share it with you if it's something that you're open to. And, I've also found with it that it has given me it's opened doors I didn't know were possible. It has connected me with an amazing community of people. And sometimes that in and of itself helps with energy, right? When you get around positive, encouraging people who support you and help you to become a better version of yourself, like that creates energy in your body. And it's been awesome. And I also found that it gave me a way to create some extra income for my family. And so it's been just a tremendous opportunity, that allows people from all walks of life to change their circumstances. I'm talking about the same thing in both of those scenarios, but it really matters how you share it. What do you believe about it? Because if you believe that that person is going to balk at it because they think it's expensive, or there's an opportunity to subscribe and save, you know with that recurrent delivery every 4 weeks. So we can project our belief onto other people without realizing it, by the words that we use and our body language and the tone in which we convey things. And so if we believe that it's yucky, like the salesy side, that, if we are having an issue ourselves with the network marketing industry, that's going to come out in how we talk to people. But if you believe in the value, if you recognize that, this is a company and a business like any other. We have an amazing product that can help people with various issues that they are facing. And we're connecting people with that product. And instead of the company paying their huge marketing expenses and, pouring millions of dollars into getting out there on billboards and flyers and mailers and sending things out, they're compensating the people who are sharing the opportunity or the products. And so they're just a business that's compensating its workers for sharing the opportunity, for creating sales and building the revenue. And so we have the ability to participate in that compensation plan if we choose to help others to do the same. But at the end of the day, people subscribe and save to shoe companies who they get a new pair of shoes every month at a discount. They will do that with a gym membership or a news subscription. Like, it's not a foreign concept for people to subscribe as a preferred customer, so to speak, to receive an added benefit. So if we look at it in that light and say, we're an awesome company with an awesome product that connects people with a better way to save money, have better health, and create an income stream, when that's the position we come from, that's how it will be felt and received. And people, it's not a hard concept for people to recognize, oh, okay, well, I have a way to get a discount. Sign me up for the discount. Like, that's a super normal thing in our world. And so ours is not any different here. And so I just wanted to, kind of share that with you today, that your perspective and your belief and how you talk to people really matters, because they will feel that. And that can very often be the difference in them wanting to know more or saying, no, thanks, I'm good. So just be mindful of the words that you use and where your heart is at. And if you find yourself in a place where your energy is off, you're in a bad mood, you got a bad attitude today, today might not be the day that you want to talk to people, because I would rather wait a day and let my energy reset and come back into a place of joy and come from a place of service rather than come from a place of irritation with people, because it does matter what you say and how you say it. So, Aunt, back to you.
I love that so much, and it's just like the saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Either way, you believe that you're right on that aspect, and it's the same thing with your words, and that is very, very powerful right there, Michelle. Thank you so much. I got my notes on my iPad here. I couldn't write them down, but I actually typed them up with one hand. So, you guys, if if you if you got nuggets from that, if you didn't get nuggets, I encourage you to go back and rewatch and re-listen, because she dropped golden nuggets, and that is something that I believe that we all can use. Your words do matter. The way your energy, it matters when you're talking to somebody. Uh, and my topic for today was, it's similar to what I'm going through right now. Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah, you may see a smile on my face, but this really hurts. Sitting up like this, even though it's elevated, it still hurts like on the elbow. And but something Chris Doyle said to me Saturday morning when I was in the emergency room. I was in the emergency room and I still was on the call. He's like, "Man, you still showed up." I was like, "Well, you show up anyway, right?" For me, this business just isn't a little couple $100 business. To me, I look at it as a multi-million-dollar business, because there are people that make millions of dollars on a yearly basis with this opportunity. So if they can do it, I can do it. But one thing I can tell you is, you just show up anyway. You show up anyway. And that was my topic. You got to show up. Yeah, you got to, one, we already talked about, you set your own time, whatever. Okay, I'm going to show up on this. I encourage everybody to show up to the team trainings, because it's more personable. And these are smaller compared to some of the bigger ones. And one day they will be thousands of people. And then you're gonna be like, man, I wish I was on the smaller ones where I had more personal interactions, where I could ask more questions. But that's coming. But these are more where you can get your questions answered. You can feel free to unmute and ask your questions and get interactions like up front. But when you showing up, you just do it anyway. Even though some of the times lately I've been having my camera off, I never really have my camera off, and that's just because I'm in pain. But I still show up to listen, because even though all the negativity that's going on, the pain that's going on, I was supposed to be in Utah this week. Yeah, I'm frustrated about that. Like, I was supposed to be there and supposed to be going into this transition, and I can't be there, and I'm beating myself up about it. Like, man, but you can't beat yourself up about that. Everything in life happened for a reason. But staying on the calls, staying plugged in, has also lifted my spirits up. Has also reminded me where we are in this company and why it's not time. Even though you're hurting, hey, it's still time to hit it. It's still time to pick up the phone. It's still time to text people, reach out to people on social media, however you want, however you do to get interactions. We all have different ways. There's no perfect way of, oh, do it this way, do it that way. No, there's no perfect way. But when you show up, you guys, one, it shows the leaders that you are dedicated. To get a call from Brent, Chris Doyle, Tyro, Chris and Ty have no financial benefit from me. Other leaders also that have reached out and said, "Man, you're still showing up. Like, you should be resting." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am gonna rest when I get done with this." But see, I treat this, when you show up, it's kind of like, I mean, a lot of us have had a job before. It's kind of like that. How can I expect my business to grow if I'm not showing up? How can you expect to get a paycheck from your job if you don't show up to work? Now, I know a lot of us are business owners, and so you don't really, but okay, let's go to your employees. How can you expect your employees to show up? I mean, not show up and get a check, and like, hey, you ain't been to work all week, but you want the check to show up on Friday. It don't work like that. You can't expect your business to grow unless you show up. You have to make a commitment on a daily basis of some kind, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour. Like we already talked about this. You got to find what works for you. But 30 minutes an hour every single day should be something you should be putting into your business. Like you, and all it's gonna do is help you reach that next level, and that's all we want to help you do. With all the new tools that's coming out, I promise you, you will. You don't even have to be great at what's coming out. You don't even have to really be great at everything that's coming out, how to use it and all that. But if you just stay plugged in and be around the fire, you will get some of the fire. Now, of course, if you learn to get better at the tools that are coming out, of course, you can get even more, bigger piece of the fire, a bigger piece of the pie, like some people love to say. And my question is, how big of a piece of pie do you want? So that's something I want you to think about going into this weekend is how big of a piece of a pie do you want? Because this company already said that they're going to go and be a $10 billion company. And in my mind, I don't even think 10 billion. I think they're undercutting themselves because of their philosophy, the way they think, the way they always try to, like this new app that's coming out, the way they always try to look out for everybody, where it's not just one side. Where the United States and Canada could have already had it, could have had it last month. But that's not fair to the people in Europe. That's not fair to the people in China, to the people in Brazil. That's not fair to them. So we're gonna push it back a month and make sure everybody gets it. At the same time, equal playing field, everybody gets to win. That's the type of philosophy they have. They also have the philosophy of becoming the 10. They say 10 billion, but I know Fred Cooper, he always overthinking. He's like, man, we could be $100 million company. $100 billion company. I know his mindset is thinking like that. Now, he didn't actually say that, you guys, but that's his mindset. He's always thinking of ways to become. And I believe that we will be, New Age will be the next Amazon of network marketing. We will be the Amazon of network marketing alone, where people now can refer people to us and they can buy and they can get paid from it. Something Amazon doesn't offer. And so that's what we have our hands on. So going into this weekend, going into, it's a holiday weekend. I know people are going to be busy with family. The website's going to be down anyway. I think you will be able to update your app and get to play with it. But just with all this coming out, and now July brings on the second half of the year. So some people like New Year's resolutions. For me, I'm not really a New Year's resolutions person. I'm more of a, hey, I got my goals and dreams, but okay, now what is my action plan? And so I want you to go back and look at your action plan for the last 6 months. And have you at least done the actions that you wanted to knock out? Whether it was, hey, I'm gonna make 2 calls a day. Whether it was, I'm gonna send 2 videos out there. Have you done that? Have you done the actions? See, because you can't reach your goals and you can't reach your dreams without the daily action steps. They start off as yearly action steps, monthly action steps, weekly action steps, and daily action steps. See, you got to be doing something daily to fulfill that. At least 6 days out the week. I ain't gonna say daily. 6 days out the week. I know for me, everybody needs that rest day. That day they give to God, or if you believe in God. For me, I believe in God, so everybody needs that day, or that family day, or that just relaxation day. So everybody needs that day. But 6 days right now, and unless you're already where you want to be at, right now, momentum is about to happen. You can mark my words, momentum is about to happen. Even the things we've been working on the side to go along with everything that's coming out, that we're gonna be pushing off. We start off in Denver, Colorado Springs next week. Is that no? It's the weekend after that.
16th and 17th.
Yeah, 2 weeks after that. So we're gonna start there. Then we're gonna bring it to Arkansas, and then we're gonna do more Super Saturdays. But we're gonna bring this wave, and it's gonna be a wave that pretty much anybody can do. All you gotta do is just figure out what piece of the pie you want. Can I cut off the TV and make a couple more calls? Can I talk to my significant other and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna need a little bit more time on this. I just need an extra. Instead of 1 hour a day, I'm gonna do 2 hours a day. Whatever it may be, whatever balance you have, everybody's life is different. But what I can tell you this is, you want to be a part of this. because momentum is a beautiful thing. And just hearing it from the leaders, and they already could see it. And I was a part of momentum, but at that time I was a 22-year-old kid, didn't really take full advantage of it. And this time I won't be missing it because I can see it. Like it just like now people are just calling, hey, Aunt, I love what you got going on. How can I get a part of it? I had a friend today, he's in a whole different company. But was like, man, I seen your new video, man. Like, can we sit down and talk? And it's things like that because people are looking now, and they also can feel the energy. Back to what Michelle talked about, they can feel your energy. They can feel your energy. Your energy is gonna attract people. So if you got negative energy, what you think you're gonna attract? Energy doesn't have just a positive energy. It has both. We learned that in science class growing up, biology. Was it biology or science? One of them, where it has a positive and a negative. It has both. So the thing is, which one do you want? For me, I'm put out the positivity, even though I'm in pain, but I'm gonna show up anyway because I don't know who was on their hands and knees praying last night. Your friends, your contacts, your social media following, your people were on their hands and knees praying last night or a couple nights before or a week before, just like all of us when this opportunity came to us. They are praying just like that. But it's up to us to deliver the message. Now, we don't know who's going to be ready, but we can deliver the message and say, hey, we put it out there for you. So that's all I had. I know we're right on the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to pass it back to Michelle. And Michelle, if you got anything else, hey, I just
I'll
going to
just,
leave it at that.
wrap up with this. So if you doubt what I say about how you say whatever it is that you're going to say to people, and if you're not sure that I'm right, try it. Try it both ways. You know, try and be willing. Maybe you don't try the icky doesn't feel so good way with somebody who you really want in your business. But be willing to sacrifice a conversation, we'll say, to try it that way and then try it the other way. And even if you're struggling to find that belief, I think you'll also find that if you say it to somebody in the way that conveys belief, that conveys value and positive energy and excitement, it's going to have a different effect with them, but it's also going to change your energy. It's going to bring that belief back up in you and bring it out in yourself. And so I think that sometimes we overestimate what we can accomplish in a year and we underestimate what we can accomplish in 10. So make sure that you have goals, big goals. But like Ant says, create action steps, break it down into pieces that are doable so that you can continue moving forward. So try the energy piece, see what it does. Do it both ways. See how it makes you feel, because you'll be aware of the impact on yourself and know that it's going to have that same kind of impact on other people. So we have a big thing here that makes an impact on people's lives. We can make it a good one or we can make it a bad one, and it's up to us how we do that. So thank you guys for joining us for our team training this morning. I hope you have a wonderful Independence Day. It is not the 4th of July. The 4th of July is a date, and it happens to be a date that is significant to this country and to us because it represents our freedom and our independence. It is not just a date on a calendar. So wishing you a very happy Independence Day. Be safe. Enjoy it, enjoy family, and take advantage of the fact that we're offline for 2 days this weekend. Unplug, reconnect, get your rest. Have a good day.
Great, great, great.